What's going on, guys, and welcome back for episode number 21 of Restoring Steaua. Of course, it is the start of a new season, and a new season means new faces. So first of all, let's take at some of the new players that have joined Steaua Bucharest this summer. The first player through the door was Phil Cox. He's a 20-year-old centre-back from the United States, and he's a player with huge potential. Federico Latoro also joined the club this summer. The 26-year-old Argentine defensive midfielder made his way to Steaua from Internacional in Brazil. And sticking with midfield acquisitions, we've got David Pavelka. He's 25, he's from the Czech Republic, and he's going to be our new box-to-box midfielder. Pavelka's fellow countryman Jan Uchlier also joined us this summer. He's a 17-year-old centre-back. He's got 19 tackling, 15 strength, 16 jumping reach. He's going to be an absolutely incredible player. The final player of note was Nikola Antic from Jagodina in Serbia. He's a 22-year-old left-back, and he is a superbly well-rounded player and someone who will be a vital asset to our team. So there is our transfers. A familiar face also returning this season for us. Michelangelo Albasazzi has joined us on a free transfer from AC Milan. Had a really good year for us last season, and to get him on a free transfer on, fairly low wages was a really good deal in my opinion. And of course, the fact that he can play a left back is going to be important, and I'll explain my reasonings why when I come to the new system that we're going to be playing. But another player to mention that I didn't already mention is James Dean. He's been brought in from Sport for £130,000. He's a centre forward. He's Brazilian. I mean, James Dean, it doesn't get any more Brazilian than that, does it? But I think my director of football or someone signed this guy. I didn't sign this guy, but at that price, I think, what was it, £130,000, it was worth a punt, really, and he's gone straight out on loan, actually, to another club in the division. So there it is, £10 million spent on players. We also recouped a fair bit of money this year. I've been trying to reduce the size of the squad. We had too many players who were just not playing games and just taking up wages last season, so quite a few of those has gone. One of them is Andre Murisen. He's gone to Blackburn, who are now in the Premier League, actually. I mentioned Latavlecki, who's leaving. He went to Livorno. Luchin went out on a free transfer to a side in France. I sold Patrick Horozovsky, who I only signed actually last summer. I actually made a profit on this guy of $2.5 million. He only played, 15 games last season. So to make a £2.5 million profit on him, I was quite happy with that. Got £4.5 million, and then there's just some of the youth players that I also moved on for some cash. So yeah, I think we've done quite well in the transfer market this year. If I just talk about the new system that we're going to be playing, so we're going to be playing with 4 at the back this season. I've decided. I mentioned it in the last episode. I just think going forward, it will just benefit us more, especially in Europe. And maybe we can switch to that 3 at the back formation in some league games. We've still got the personnel to be able to do it. So, if we want to, we can go back. But yeah, for the most part, I'm going to be playing with this 4-2-3-1. And hopefully, that will help us out going forward. Now, there was actually going to be 2 games today because we have a Champions League tie in the third qualifying round against HJK. I also should mention that the Romanian league has actually gone up in coefficient. It's gone up a few places, which has meant the league has been granted an extra Champions League place. Now, so far, there's only been one place for a Romanian side in the Champions League, and of course that has been ourselves so far. And now there's going to be another place for another Champions League place, for a side in Romania, which is good news. But as I said, I was going to have a game today. I was going to have 2 games, in fact, against HJK. But in very recent times, in the last day or so, some important news has come up. So I've been offered the job as the national manager of Russia. Throughout the summer, I've been getting so many job offers, pretty much from, I think every team in Brazil has offered me a job. Of course, I'm not going to manage another club side, but this is the first national job that I have been offered, and I've got to admit, guys, it is very, very tempting. Of course, the Euros has just gone. Russia were knocked out at the group stages, They was in a group with Switzerland, Scotland got to the Euros, and Ukraine. They didn't get through that group. They didn't win a game. But of course, the World Cup is coming up in 2 years' time, and the World Cup is being hosted in Russia. That is another reason why this job is really, really tempting for me. But of course, this save is of course my save. But I think it's important for me to understand what you guys want, what you guys want to see. So what I'm going to do is I've made a straw poll. That straw poll will be in the description of this video. Click on that and I'll let you guys decide if you want me to take this Russia job. Now, of course, as Russia are the hosts of the World Cup, there won't be any World Cup qualification games, so my updates on what I'm doing with Russia would be probably very brief, and then there'll kind of be some bigger videos when the World Cup does come around. Of course, I would only be playing friendlies up until the World Cup. So again, there's a straw poll in the description of this video. Go and check that out, and you decide if you want me to take this job at Russia. But yeah, that's pretty much why there will be no games today. I kind of wanted to, get that out of the way. And I actually have played a game in the league. We won 2-1 our opening league game against Panduri, Kizeru and Paul Pat with the goals in that one to get us to a good start in the league. And we also won in the Super Cup. I forgot to mention that. I mean, it's really weird where the Super Cup is played. It's, it's like bang in the middle of pre-season. Of course, in England, we're kind of used to it being at the end of pre-season, right before the league season starts. But we played Dinamo Bucharest in the Super Cup. We won it 2-1. We actually scored an equaliser in the 90th minute to take it to extra time. And then you can see Nikos Stanku went on to get in the winner in that one. But that will probably be it for this episode. As I said, make sure you get your vote in. Make sure you get your say in whether I take over this job at with the national side of Russia. But yeah, that will be it for this episode. If you did enjoy this episode, be sure to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. For now, it's been HalfbackFM, and I'll see you guys